When life doesn't go the way you planned, when your du'as seem unanswered and you feel stuck, it's easy to think Allah has forgotten you. But what if the delay is actually a blessing in disguise? What if the waiting isn't a setback, but a setup for something greater? Let's explore why Allah's timing is always perfect, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Lesson 1. Delays are not rejections. Sometimes when things don't happen the way we want, or when our du'as aren't answered right away, we assume it means Allah is saying no. But that's not always true. A delay isn't a rejection. It's just a sign that the timing isn't right yet. Allah hasn't turned away from you. He's holding back the blessing until it's the perfect moment. Just because it hasn't arrived doesn't mean it's not on the way. And your Lord is never forgetful. Surah Maryam, 1964. If you've been making dua for something again and again, don't stop. The delay is part of your journey, not the end of it. Lesson 2. You're being prepared, not punished. When life feels like it's not moving, when nothing is working out the way you hoped, when you feel stuck in one place, watching others move ahead, it's natural to start thinking, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe you start blaming yourself. You wonder if you're being punished for a mistake, or if Allah is angry with you. But the truth is, not every hardship is a punishment. Not every delay is a sign of rejection. Sometimes, what you're going through isn't meant to break you, it's meant to build you. There are moments in life where Allah doesn't take you backward or forward, He just puts you on pause. And that pause, it's not wasted time. It's a moment of preparation, a moment where your heart is being refined, where your faith is being tested, where your patience, your sabr, is being strengthened, where Allah is building you into the person who's ready for what comes next. Because sometimes, if He gave you what you're asking for right now, you wouldn't be ready. You wouldn't be strong enough, wise enough, or spiritually grounded enough to handle it. So, He holds it back. Not because you're being punished, but because He sees potential in you. The Prophet Muhammad said, when Allah wants good for someone, He tests them. Bukhari. Think about that. Tests aren't just challenges, they're a sign that Allah sees something good in you, that He wants to elevate you, that He wants to bring out the best version of you. So the next time you feel stuck, the next time life feels heavy and you don't understand why, pause and remind yourself, this isn't a setback. This might be Allah preparing me for something I can't even imagine yet. And if He's testing me, it means He believes I'm strong enough, with Him, to get through it. You're not forgotten. You're not being punished. You're being prepared for something greater. Trust His timing and trust that He sees in you what you may not see in yourself yet. Lesson 3. You're growing even when you don't see it. While you're in that waiting season of your life, waiting for your dua to be answered, waiting for clarity, waiting for things to finally work out, you might feel like nothing is changing. On the outside, everything looks still. But on the inside, something powerful is happening. You're growing in ways you don't even realize. Every time you hold back from complaining, you're building sabr, patience. Every time you feel unsure of what's coming next but still say, I trust you, Ya Allah, you're strengthening your tawakkul, your trust in Allah. And every time you drop your need to control every detail and let go of the idea that you have to figure it all out on your own, you're letting go of your ego and learning to truly depend on the one who controls everything. This internal growth may not be something others can see, but it's huge in the eyes of Allah. Because sometimes what Allah is doing inside of you matters more than what you're asking Him to do outside of you. It's not just about getting the job, or the spouse, or the healing, or the breakthrough. Yes, those things are important. But even more important is the person you're becoming while you wait. Are you becoming more humble, more grateful, more connected to your Creator? Are you becoming someone who talks to Allah in every moment, not just when you're desperate? Because this waiting season isn't a waste. It's where your heart is being shaped. It's where your faith is being built. It's where Allah is molding you, so that when the blessing does come, you're not just ready for it, you're worthy of it. So don't rush the wait. Don't assume nothing's happening just because you can't see it. You're not being forgotten, you're being transformed. And sometimes, who you become through the waiting is even greater than what you were waiting for. Lesson 4. Sometimes the delay is protection. Sometimes you pray so hard for something. You want it with all your heart. You ask Allah again and again, believing this thing, this job, this relationship, this opportunity will bring you happiness, stability, or success. And then it doesn't happen. The door closes. The answer is silence. You're left confused, hurt, maybe even disappointed. You think, why didn't I get it? Wasn't it good for me? But here's the truth. You can only see what's right in front of you. You don't know what the future holds. You don't know what's behind that thing you're chasing. You don't know what Allah knows. Maybe that thing you're asking for would have hurt you in ways you can't see yet. Maybe it would have taken you away from the deen. Maybe it would have broken your heart, your peace, or your connection with Allah. And so, in His mercy, Allah holds it back. Not to punish you, not to make your life harder, but to protect you. That's why He says in the Quran, but perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. And Allah knows, while you do not know. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. You may really love something, but that doesn't mean it's good for you. And you may really hate a delay or a disappointment, but it might be the very thing that saves you. Think of it like a parent keeping a child from touching fire. The child might cry, might not understand, might feel angry, but the parent knows it would have burned them. In the same way, delays in life are sometimes divine shields. Allah is keeping something away from you, not because you're unworthy of it, but because He sees what you can't. And if you truly believe He is Al-Hakim, the most wise, and Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, then you must also believe that His no is sometimes the biggest mercy of all. So trust Him, even when you don't understand, because one day you'll look back and thank Him for the things He didn't give you, for the doors He closed, for the times He protected your heart by holding back what you thought you needed. Trust the one who sees the full picture, because He will never write a story for you without wisdom in every line. Lesson 5. Dua is always working, even in silence. There are moments when you raise your hands and make dua with your whole heart. You cry, you beg, you speak to Allah with complete sincerity, believing in His mercy. And then nothing seems to happen. Days pass, weeks, maybe even months or years, and you start to wonder, did He hear me? Is He ignoring me? Why haven't I seen a sign? It can feel like your dua just disappeared into the air, like you spoke, and silence was the only reply. But here's what you need to hold on to. Allah hears every word, not just the loud, confident ones, even the shaky ones, even the ones you whisper between sobs at night. even the ones you can't find the words for, but you feel deeply in your heart. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said something so beautiful. Your Lord is shy and generous. He is shy to turn away the hands of his servant when he raises them in supplication. Abu Dawud. Think about that. Allah, the King of the heavens and the earth, is too shy to leave you empty-handed when you ask him sincerely. That's how generous and loving he is. So if you haven't seen your dua answered yet, it doesn't mean he's ignoring you. It could mean he's delaying it for something better, or protecting you from something you can't see, or using that dua to draw you closer to him in a way you've never felt before. Sometimes the waiting itself is the answer, because in that waiting, your heart softens. You start to rely on him more. You make more sincere dua. You let go of the illusion that you're in control, and in the process, Allah is building you. Not just to receive what you're asking for, but to become someone stronger, more faithful, and more connected to him. So don't stop making dua. Don't stop raising your hands, even if your voice trembles, even if the wait feels endless. Because every sincere dua is heard, every tear is counted, and every moment of patience is rewarded. Allah's silence is not absence, it's preparation. And when the time is right, his response will be more beautiful than anything you imagined. Lesson 6. You're not behind, you're on a different path. Sometimes you look around and it feels like life is passing you by. Your friends are graduating. People your age are getting married, having kids, buying homes, building careers. And you're just stuck, trying, waiting, wondering why your life doesn't look like theirs. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start to feel behind, like you missed something, like you're late, like maybe Allah forgot you. But here's the truth. You are not behind. You're not late. You're just on a different path, a different timeline, a different story. And the most beautiful part, your story is being written by the one who knows everything. Allah is Al-Alim, the all-knowing. He knows your heart, he knows your dreams, and he also knows the exact right moment for everything to happen in your life. Sometimes, when you don't get what others have, it's not because you're not good enough. It's because Allah is saving something different, something better, for a time that's just right for you. You see, the problem isn't your progress. The problem is the comparison. You're comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20. You're comparing your private struggle to someone else's public highlight reel. But your journey isn't supposed to look like theirs, because your soul is unique. Your tests are different, and your blessings are tailored just for you. Allah hasn't forgotten to bless you. He hasn't skipped over you. He's simply writing your story in a way that's best for your heart, your future, and your akhirah. You're not being delayed. You're being perfectly timed by the one who created time itself. So take a breath, stop comparing, and trust that you are exactly where you're meant to be right now. Your moment will come. Your doors will open. Your story will unfold. And when it does, you'll realize that the wait wasn't a waste. It was preparation for something better than you imagined. Lesson 7. The delay is an invitation to come closer. One of the most beautiful and often overlooked blessings in life is what happens to your heart when Allah delays something you really want. You start making dua more than ever before, not just casually, but with deep sincerity. You begin talking to Allah in ways you hadn't before. You raise your hands with tears in your eyes, with desperation, with humility. And little by little, something begins to shift inside of you. You stop placing all your hope in people. You stop looking for answers in the world. Instead, you start turning to Him, fully, honestly, and with your whole heart. That delay, that waiting period, becomes a space where you and Allah get closer. And that closeness, that deep connection you build in the middle of the silence, the struggle, the longing, that is the real blessing. Because sometimes Allah holds back what you want, not to hurt you, but to bring you back to Him, to remind you where peace truly comes from, to soften your heart so it longs for Him more than it longs for the thing you're asking for. It may feel like your hands are empty, but during that waiting period, Allah is placing something far more precious in your heart, His love. And once that love fills your heart, everything else becomes clearer. So when the blessing finally comes, when Allah does open that door, you won't just have it. You'll be ready for it. You'll receive it with gratitude, not entitlement. You'll carry it with humility, not arrogance. And you'll remember that what truly changed your life wasn't just the answered dua. It was who you became while waiting for it. That spiritual connection, that nearness to your Rabb. That's what you take with you forever. Because dunya blessings come and go, but a heart that knows Allah is never empty. If you're in a place right now where you feel like life isn't moving, like you're stuck while everyone else is progressing, like you've been making dua, doing your best, holding on, but nothing seems to be changing, it's easy to start thinking maybe you've been forgotten, maybe you're being overlooked, maybe Allah isn't listening. But the truth is far from that. You haven't been left behind. You're not being ignored. You're being prepared. Prepared in ways you might not fully see right now. Because Allah doesn't just give you what you ask for. He shapes you to be ready for it. He guides your heart. He strengthens your patience. He softens your soul. He clears out things that don't belong in your life so you can receive something better. And that process, it can feel slow. It can feel quiet, but it's never empty. Even when you don't feel it, your dua is working. Even when you can't see it, your growth is happening. Allah is arranging things behind the scenes. He's protecting you from paths that weren't meant for you. He's guiding you step by step towards something that's not just good, but perfect for you. So don't rush the process. Don't give up just because things are taking time. What feels like a delay is not a punishment. It's not a sign that Allah has turned away. It's a pause, a sacred, intentional pause. Because your heart needs time to be ready. Because the blessing you're waiting for needs the right moment to arrive. And when that moment comes, when the door opens, when the dua is answered, when the path becomes clear, you'll look back and realize it was always worth the wait. Every tear, every unanswered prayer, every silent night, it all led you to something better than you could have imagined. So trust in the one who never stops writing your story with love, because Allah is always closer than you think.